Innovation in artificial intelligence, and it is astounding. Artificial intelligence it promises an enormous promise of both risks to our society and our economy and our national security, but also incredible opportunities. Incredible opportunities. Just 2 months ago, Kamala and I met with these leaders, most of them are here again, to underscore the responsibility in making sure that products that they are producing are safe and making them public what they are and what they aren't. Since then, I've met with some of America's top minds in technology to hear the range of perspectives and possibilities and risks of AI. Kamala can't be here because she's traveling to Florida, but she's met with civil society leaders to hear their concerns about the impacts on society and ways to protect the rights of Americans. Over the past year, my administration has taken action to guide responsible innovation. Last October, we introduced the first of its kind AI Bill of Rights. In February, I signed an executive order to direct agencies to protect the public from algorithms that discriminate. In May, we unveiled a new strategy to establish 7 new AI research institutes to help drive breakthroughs in responsible AI intervention. And today, I'm pleased to announce that these 7 companies have agreed to voluntary commitments for responsible innovation. These commitments, which the companies will implement immediately, underscore 3 fundamental principles: safety, security, and trust. First, the companies have an obligation to make sure their technology is safe before releasing it to the public. That means testing the capabilities of their systems, assessing their potential risk, and making the results of these assessments public. Second, companies must prioritize the security of their systems by safeguarding their models against cyber threats and managing the risk to our national security and sharing the best practices and industry standards that are necessary. Third, the companies have a duty to earn the people's trust and empower users to make informed decisions labeling content that has been altered or AI generated, rooting out bias and discrimination, strengthening privacy protections, and shielding children from harm. And finally, companies have agreed to find ways for AI to help meet society's greatest challenges, from cancer to climate change, and invest in education and new jobs, to help students and workers prosper from the opportunities, and there are enormous opportunities of AI. These commitments are real and they're concrete. They're going to help industry fulfill its fundamental obligation to Americans to develop safe, secure, and trustworthy technologies that benefit society and uphold our values and our shared values. Let me close with this. We'll see more technology change in the next 10 years or even in the next few years than we've seen in the last 50 years. That has been an astounding revelation to me, quite frankly. Artificial intelligence is going to transform the lives of people around the world. The group here will be critical in shepherding that innovation with responsibility and safety by design to earn the trust of Americans. And quite frankly, as I met with world leaders, all the G7 is focusing on the same thing. Social media has shown us the harm that powerful technology can do without the right safeguards in place. And I've said at the State of the Union that Congress needs to pass bipartisan legislation to impose strict limits on personal data collection, ban targeted advertisements to kids, require companies to put health and safety first. But we must be clear-eyed and vigilant about the threats of emerging technologies that can pose, don't have to, but can pose to our democracy and our values. Americans are seeing how advanced artificial intelligence and the pace of innovation have the power to disrupt jobs and industries. These commitments are a promising step, but we have a lot more work to do together. Realizing the promise of AI by managing the risk is going to require some new laws, regulations, and oversight. In the weeks ahead, I'm going to continue to take executive action to help America lead the way.
In a recent announcement, President Biden highlighted both the thrilling potential and the daunting risks of artificial intelligence, AI, underscoring the gravity of ethical innovation in the technological domain. It is indeed a double-edged sword. AI boasts an enormous capacity to revolutionize industries, bolster national security, and even solve some of humanity's most persistent problems. but with great power comes great responsibility. Uncontrolled, AI could exacerbate issues like privacy erosion, discrimination, and job displacement. Biden's focus on safety, security, and trust as fundamental principles for AI development is commendable and necessary. By emphasizing these, he takes a balanced approach. Companies must indeed be diligent in ensuring their technologies do not harm before they are released into the public. Rigorous testing, assessments of risks, and transparency in results are non-negotiable to avoid the inadvertent seeding of chaos in the private and public sectors under the guise of ovation. The need for bolstered cybersecurity has never been more pressing. As AI systems become more integral to national infrastructure and security, their vulnerability to cyber threats poses a significant risk. The president's call to action for companies to reinforce their systems against these threats is not just timely, but also indicative of his administration's foresight. However, the magic ingredient really is trust. The voluntary commitments from major companies to adhere to principles of responsible innovation mark the intersection of corporate ethics and governmental oversight. Yet, for true progress, trust cannot be a mere corporate mantra. It must be woven into the fabric of AI innovation. We must also not lose sight of the opportunities AI represents. Enlarging research through new AI institutes can spearhead responsible intervention, potentially driving breakthroughs that align with human values and societal needs. Leveraging AI's capabilities to enhance healthcare, combat climate change, and improve education exemplifies how it can be a force for good. In conclusion, President Biden's blend of optimism and caution in the face of AI portrays a leader attuned to the techno-social zeitgeist. The measures laid out convey a roadmap that bolsters innovation, preempts AI's risks, and builds a resilient future. As we stand on the precipice of an AI-dominated era, it remains to be seen how these voluntary commitments will unfold in practice. The balance between unfettered technological advancement and ethical restraint is delicate, and the global community will undoubtedly watch as America navigates this new frontier. Will AI ultimately serve as humanity's ally or its greatest challenge? The answer rests in how we guide its evolution starting now.